everyone, to the LEC live. Oh, he missed it. That's a bad start. Live from the Riot Games Arena in Berlin, Germany. It is the very first week of our summer season. And of course, the last chance for our teams to get into the season finals. That last chance spans across a bunch of weeks, though. There we have the Antonio as well, making his entry into the LEC for Giant X today. My name is Shox, and I'm joined at the desk by Goldberg and the person that had to make the exit for the Antonio to make his entry, Oruamne!
Yay, I'm so happy to be here. On the other side of the fence, where it's always a win, you know. Not saying that we didn't win a lot with GX, you know, we got our fair share of wins. But
did you?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I remember the happy times, you know, so
yeah,
for me, we've never lost the game, so I'm happy to be here anyway.
Well, we're really happy to welcome you as well, and Giant X is the first game, so we'll hear you talk about Giant X's new top laner as well. But first, let's zoom out a little bit. Of course, we came from MSI, and I just wanted to know from a gut feeling, how do you feel we should feel after MSI?
I mean, I think we're feeling pretty tempered, but like towards the good side. I think G2 showed some hope coming into MSI, where we got to see some new stints from them. Where are we just a one-team region? Yes, but how good is that one team then? And they were able to take some games off top esports, take SKT to game 5 as well. So that was great. Fnatic, however, showed some good stuff, but also had a bit of a disaster ending.
Yeah, you're a lot more positive with the G2 sentiment, but for me, I'm like, first BO5 loss against NA, I think in about 9 or 10 years, so Fnatic must not be happy about that, but knowing the guys over there, I think they're going to be coming back this split very, very hungry to wash that away and contend for the title against G2.
Good guys, Fnatic. Everyone was still thinking about that best of 3 versus NRG. They were like, we can lose a best of 5 to NA, okay?
Exactly.
But all jokes aside, when it comes to the end of the spring split, going into the playoffs, Fnatic ended in first place, and they were, for me, definitely a team that showed the promise to perhaps contend with G2 finally, but it fell flat. Goldberg, who is going to contend with G2?
I mean, if you look throughout the entire year, who's actually got a 100% win rate against G2, you gotta look at Rogue. You gotta take notes from Rogue, because somehow, some way, they just have never lost. Well, never. They haven't lost to G2 this entire year. So I mean, obviously, if you wanna get some of those dubs, you gotta look at Rogue.
Yeah.
I would be really happy for that. Seeing Larsen and come back on top would be great. But I think for me, it's very interesting, because I think we have a lot of contenders against G2. We have BDS, who have been leveling up, you know, consistently throughout the last year and a half now. MDK making finals. Fnatic having great regular season, you know, and decent showings against G2. So for me, it's more of a question of who's going to be consistent enough in the summer split to put all of those systems on point and, you know, not falter when it matters.
And I also think it's a question of where G2 brings so much up to the region. Hopefully it's not also a chance for other teams to really come into this environment and have no excuses. Set a higher standard. See that G2 is able to do this being a team from Europe, and seeing that these teams themselves also have the same capabilities and the same environment as G2 and can try and strive for the same results.
That's fair, definitely with the eyes on Worlds. And speaking of Worlds and the season finals, of course, this is what we're working towards. That big end of the year here in the LEC for the big LEC trophy in Munich. Goldberg, how do you get there if you're not G2?
I mean, if you're not G2, it's very simple. Finish top 3 in summer, you go to the season finals. And that's obviously in place, so recent performances of teams coming up, for example, like Carmen, Combo, Rogue, or GX, if they suddenly start to become good now, the bad performance in winter won't really matter that much.
So you're telling me if Carmine Core gets 3rd place in this season, in summer, they would still make it to season finals and could still make it to Worlds?
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Yeah, from the perspective of someone who did do even the like worst version of the run last year with, you know, being 10th into making finals to make it to season finals, it's a lot, I wouldn't say easier, but there is a lot less stress, because right now you're not looking at it and be like, it's an impossible task, because you're not like, you need to make finals, you just need to make, well, you know, top 3 is just one less best of 5 win.
Just make top 3.
Yeah, it's okay. It sounds kind of stupid, but it is a bit easier, you know. So the stress level for all of these teams, I feel like it's a little bit lower, and it feels a lot more achievable.
I mean, they have a clear goal now, and something, as you say, that is highly achievable. And when we talk about possible contenders for, you know, kicking G2 off that throne, maybe it could be Team Vitality. They are bringing in a new jungler, and Karzi had some interesting words about him.
Scrims with Linka's going well? No. He's win trading every game. He's selling the games. He's a secret spy, and he came to this team to f***ing win trade us. We are all gonna end up in LFL after this split.
Don't believe Kazi's lies. Linsus is actually a Gigasmith. My name is Aragon. I'm here to tell you why Linsus is actually going to be really good on Team Vitality. Now, when it comes to Linsus, what you need to know is he has several very positive traits that might make Vitality a better team. First of all, he's a brilliant shot caller, right? In every single early game, I've watched him for 2 years on different teams. And every early game, teams play really well around him. His teammates, his supports, his mid laners, his top laners, they always get priorities at the right time. They're really good at coordinating early set plays like invades onto respawn camps and what have you. And it's not a coincidence. This guy is a fantastic early game shot caller, and that should be another avenue of attack that Vitality have this season. Next is the flexibility of his picks. He can play everything, right? He's more of a carry jungler with champions like Viego, but he has dabbled in Diana Yasuo, Talia, which is really important in this meta, right? Because you have way more carry junglers that are AP, but he can play tanks as well, like the Rel of old. So, flexibility as well. Lastly, he uses draft resources extremely well. He is a counter-pick jungler, which is kind of rare when it comes to junglers. Usually you get early blind pick junglers, but when it comes to Linsus, a common position for him to be in, especially on KC Blue, his last team, was actually R5, and he'd find the best counter-pick possible, which rounds out his team composition, and also is really good into the enemy team. So, in summary, to wrap it up, Linsus is a versatile early game shot caller who can utilize draft resources well and will act as a strong carry for Vitality this split. Let's send it over to Law, who is standing by with another new player in the league. It's the Antonio in the Marriott Bonvoy pre-game lobby.
Thank you so much, Aragon. I have another rookie here with me entering the LEC this summer, the Antonio, the LEC, I want to say. It's been one of the biggest memes of the offseason. First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the league. I know that this has been something you've been looking forward to for your entire career, this drive to join the league. How much has it been pushing you?
What do you mean pushing?
Pushing you to succeed, pushing you to make it further, the fact that you wanted to join the league.
Yeah. Okay, so I compete for a long time, like 8-9 years, and this was the last. I mean, when you compete, you want to be the best, so you have to play in the best league. And it's something like 2 years ago, it got into my mind that I really wanted to be here. Yeah, I got it.
And it's amazing that you got it after all these years, especially tell me about the day you found out that you were going to be promoted into the main lineup and how you reacted to this.
I mean, of course, I was so happy when they told me. And it was in a giant office in Malaga. They just told me because something like I was waiting because it was not 100% sure. I kind of knew because I did tryouts, so I was waiting the new. And yeah, when they told me, I was really happy.
I know that a lot of people were happy. I mean, this is a video that was made from the League of Legends from Spain, the Spanish side. So many people have been cheering for you and supporting you and actually being so happy that you made it to the LEC. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, because I played for a long time, so many people watch at me since I was really kid. So they were so happy for me because apart from League, I did many things for the Spanish community or whatever, so they were really happy, and yeah, make me. I'm so grateful because so many people talk to me, and yeah.
Must be looking forward to today. It's the big step, actually. It's the final day. Well, how are you feeling right now? How has been the preparation getting into today, into the mindset, and the fact that you're going to be on stage in a few minutes?
I mean, I'm really confident in me and my team. Yeah, I'm so happy. Like, it's crazy. I could not sleep a lot. I was thinking a lot, and yeah, I'm really, really happy.
All right, let's break the mood here a bit because you're a rookie. So for me, I want to do a freshman initiation and remind you of the logs.
Oh, yes.
Of what you posted before joining the league. And actually, Shox is here. There you go.
In the middle.
Do you want to talk about this?
Do you want to?
No.
It's just a little joke, of course. This is evidence that we have on X anyway. But we did want to welcome you also to the LEC formally and maybe take a selfie with us. And that would be a good start. Does that work?
All right.
Yeah. Do you want to take it?
I'll take it. That's fine.
But this was really cute, okay?
It was really cute. I agree. I agree.
16.
It was so cute. Like, you were 16 here?
Yeah, 16.
I thought it was actually so cool because you fought so long to be in the LEC. And now you're here, so I don't want to only make it about this.
The old one and the new.
Exactly.
Welcome to the LEC.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Antonio, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shox, I think we have you on the other side in a few minutes.
I gotta go.
Over to you.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was running so much, but I'm back.
That was very quick, yeah.
So fast. No, but of course, all jokes. It's awesome to see someone who really has that want to be in the LEC and then arrives here as a rookie, Odo, who has so much legacy within their own org.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's every day you see someone who comes up, as a rookie, especially in a major league, and he's the franchise player of that team, because he has been, with Giant X, if I'm not mistaken, for around 7-8 years now, and he's been waiting this whole time to get this opportunity. And yeah, I think it's a very interesting fact.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of English viewers who's not going to know this Superliga legend, because that is what he is. He's immensely popular in the Superliga fan base, streams a lot as well. He's a content creator, he's a pro player, he's been there for so long. So he brings a lot of expectations as well coming into it. But I also think at the same time, there's going to be a lot of question marks with this substitution coming in, because it is a player that very much reminds me of Odo when I'm watching him play in terms of what I'm seeing from a champion pool and what he brings to a team. But it could also be a chance for GX to bring a new spirit and life into the comms and team in general.
I guess that's the question mark. I know the sentiment that I heard on Euphoria, which I do agree with before we see him play, is this an upgrade to Odo? I would say on first sight, not, right? But it is about everything around how you're going to be approaching these games and working with the team. Stylistically, Odo, how do you think he fits in to your role?
Well, he's quite similar to me in that sense, especially in this meta where I think we might be seeing a lot of lane swaps and whatnot. But yeah, I think he would fit in very, very well. I'm just curious how the team molds around him, because yeah, I feel like he's a little bit less flexible than me in that sense, but he has shown in the Superliga that he can play a lot of picks that also myself I don't play, so he might be a wild factor for them.
This is a great graphic, of course. Oh, we lost it. Can we get it back? To kind of showcase kind of the identity of the champion pool that the LEC, sorry, is bringing to the LEC.
Yeah, I think it's the only one missing is a Cho'Gath over there that's been
and
caught off,
Karma's
sadly.
also only the...
Oh yeah, almost barely getting in there
thigh.
as well, but he's got some unique champion picks as well that kind of signature, at least the Cho'Gath for me is something that I've looked forward to, that maybe in some spots it's something that he could bring out that you haven't seen before, but from what he's bringing, mostly tanks, still can play carry, but pretty much the same, not necessarily weak side king, but down that avenue.
Yeah, the question is it going to matter a lot in terms of the top lane in the competitive state that we are in right now? He's going up against Heretics, of course, Odo. So how do you see that matchup playing out, and how important do you think top lane is going to be generally in the competitive games in the LEC?
I would say not so impactful, sadly. Yeah, I would love it to be a little bit more impactful, but yeah, I still don't know if we're going to be seeing lane swaps or not, but usually what happens with top lane is that if there's a lane breaking, or if top lane is the lane that is breaking, you feel it the most in the game. So it's hard for you to leave a big impact in the game, but if you're the one who doesn't have a big impact in the game, then you're kind of a very clear weak link.
Yeah, even if it isn't the carry meta, top lane is always very, very important. Is it hard for you to talk about the interview?
No. I mean, I just saw the interview. I'm really, really happy that he's happy that he made it, because, I mean, if I was really sad, at least someone else is very happy that he took my job. But it's interesting. But yeah, I think he's very, very motivated to come into the league, especially for a team like Giant X that has been struggling, and they need to make again another deep push like they did last year. Having someone with such a tenacious vibe around him, exactly with this tweet, he is. As you can see, he's extremely motivated to be here. It's a dream come true for him. And for a team that is struggling, this is the sort of energy that you need to push you over, where you motivate your teammates, you motivate the staff, the organization, and the fans, everyone to rally around you and make a deep final push to, lock the season finals. This is what they need.
Yeah, and I mean, while initially it doesn't look like an upgrade, I don't think that you can fold it against him coming in with this much passion, having tried and worked for this for so long. You got to respect the drive, you got to respect the passion, and the fact that he's stayed with Giants for this long, the fact that he's then being paid in return by the organizations, very nice.
Yeah, it's great, and he will get his chance, as will many players, and as in the quote, everyone wants to make it to Worlds. That is what the summer in the LEC is all about. Let's kick off the summer season.